I'm reading out of the book of Yashar. I'm reading out of the Sefer. All of the books that were taken out by the New King James Version are put back in. And the Pharaoh, seeing the evil that befell him, said, "Surely on account of this woman has this happening to me." And he removed himself at some distance from her and spoke pleasing words to her. You're protected if you believe and walk in faith. And the king approached to speak to Sarai, and he reached out his hand to touch her. And when the angel smote him heavily, he was terrified, and he refrained from reaching to her. And when the king came near to Sarai, the angel smote him to the ground and acted thus to him the whole night, and the king was terrified. And the angel that night smote heavily all of the servants of the king and all his whole household on the account of Sarai. And there was a great lamentation that night amongst the people of the Pharaoh's house. Blessings. Hello, Grandpa. I'm having a bad time. This is my 4th time trying to do this video. In the book of Yashar, when Avraham brings his wife and tells her, "Pretend to be my sister, for these people are wicked and they're going to want you because you're so beautiful." And the angel protected Sarai and smote the Pharaoh and anyone near her, and then started releasing the plagues upon these people that would do such a dirty deed. And the Pharaoh, seeing the evil that befell him, said, "Surely on the account of this woman has this thing happened to me," and removed himself at some distance from her and spoke pleasing words to her. And the king said to Sarai, "Tell me, I pray you, concerning the man whom you came here." And Sarai said, "This man is my man. And I said to you that he was my brother, for I was afraid lest you should put him to death through wickedness." And the king kept away from Sarai, and the plagues of the angel of Yahweh ceased from him and his household. And the Pharaoh knew that he was smitten on the account of Sarai, and the king was greatly astonished at this. This will happen to you. I discuss the end times and the prophetic utterances that are happening in the world, all over the world. That is happening and unfolding right before you. The New World Order, the World Economic Forum, the Freemasons, the Jesuits, the Bilderbergs, the Council of Foreign Relations, the bankers that turned his house of worship into a market and his people into merchandise. I speak of all of these things. Soon, the genetic manipulation will be out of hand. Artificial intelligence will genetically modify humans openly. Cloning, CRISPR technology will be in the open soon. As in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the end times. There will be Hamas, terror. You will see these plagues poured upon your brothers and sisters that do not believe. And until they repent, they will be greatly astonished in fear and anger and trembling of the wrath of Yahuwah, the deity, the one and only that they have forgotten. We live in perilous times where truth is offensive. People want eye candy and have TikTok brain and can't stop to listen to the truth. And the darkness will not comprehend the light. People of this world will not comprehend. Only the believers, only the chosen ones will see this and understand what I'm saying. It's okay. Blessings. Blessings to everyone. If this video gets interrupted again, I will continue trying. I won't stop until this video is complete. Good to see you, everyone. In the book of Yashar, when Avraham, and you are the seed of Avraham, when these things happened, there was a point at which everybody knew these people are chosen, don't mess with them, because the wrath of Yahuwah will be upon you. That too will happen. When they say you need the size of a mustard seed of faith, there's a parable about the seed of mustard being so tiny, but it yields such a very strong plant. It's not just the size of faith, but how long you hold on to that faith. Don't let it go. Don't let your faith leave you ever. Yeah. 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 I'm watching your chat. Every one of you, you are blessed. And the king kept away from Sarai, and the plagues of the angel of Yahweh ceased from him and his household. And the Pharaoh knew that he was smitten on the account of Sarai, and the king was greatly astonished at this. You're going to see your enemies want to attack you, call you out, belittle you, and they will receive the plagues. They will be taken care of. You must walk in faith. Revenge is your father's. I am tempted with revenge constantly. It's okay to be angry at what you see in the world when you see World Economic Forum and the Freemasons and the Jesuits and the Council of Foreign Relations and the Bilderbergs and Vanguard and BlackRock buy everything and starve the entire world out. Here in Canada, they're going after the Bible, calling it hate speech, as they did in UK and European Union, where Ursula, European Union, says, oh, the Talmudic principles are mostly European, unquote. They are Babylonian, Talmudic, Babylonian edicts. The Zionism is Babylonian, where it says in the Talmud, it's okay to have sex with children as young as 3 years old. It's okay to spit on a Christian, and Yeshua HaMashiach, the true name of Jesus, is boiling in excrement in hell. Woe unto those who call sweet savory and savory sweet. Woe unto those who call good evil and evil good. Woe unto those who look for that great and terrible day of our Adonai. People say, oh, I'm getting raptured, yay. And I say to you, this is not a joyous occasion while people are dying. Yes, in the UK. Blessings to you. Blessings to you all. I know the UK is going through hell right now, and it hurts my heart. It grieves my heart. Yes. In the United Kingdom, there is no king in thee. Your king has betrayed you. He is not my king. I call him Prince Charles, a best buddy with Jimmy Savile, a known pedophile who groomed Keir Starmer as a young man. How do you groom a young man if you're a pedophile? Yeah. And so Prince Charles, the known affiliate of a pedophile, just like Justin Trudeau and Anthony Fauci, born on December 25th, they celebrate their feasts and festivals, and you are to have no part of their feasts and festivals and burnt offerings, which are our children. They worship Baal. Balenciaga means Baal is king. These are monsters, principalities in high places and governments. Government, govern to control, metanoia, mind, meant. These mind controllers that run this world have no part of their evil. When the scripture says to dust off your cloak and shoes, if they do not receive the message, move on. They're non-player units in the matrix. They will not receive the message. Don't waste your time. Rebuke them. Reach out to the ones that do know, that need the truth. Faith and love is the weapon of choice. Yes. Ephesians 6, yes. Alleluia. You're not going to win this war, doomsday preppers with tons of ammo in your bunkers, stockpiled with lots of food. You're not going to win this war this way. Woe unto those who try to save their life shall lose their life, and those who lose their life shall save their life. Are you willing to die for your brothers and sisters and Adonai Elohim, Yahuwah, Yahushua? All hands on deck. We're in deep trouble here. I've noticed a massive uptick of hate bait and race baiting. They say, oh, we don't show violence on Facebook and on Twitter and on YouTube. There's nothing but violence. Race baiting, hate baiting. Can't talk peace, can't talk love, can't talk truth. You can't talk about this. What they did. You can't talk about certain things. You're in the age of deception and coercion and malevolence on all continents, in every country, and in every government at the same time, the same message. Build back better. Trust the plan. People are awake, and the governments of the world, the Freemasons and the Jesuits, they're getting scared. They realize people are waking up. They're monitoring every word that comes out of my mouth. And there's millions of us. And they're trying to stop it. They're playing whack-a-mole. They're saying, we got to stop this language. We got to stop this awakening. The apocalypse, the unveiling. We've got to stop this apocalypse, this unveiling. Nothing, I repeat, nothing will stop this prophetic utterance from going forward. The grievous sins against mankind and each other were brought to us by Azazel, and ascribe all sin to Azazel. Repent, move forward, love one another and help one another, and speak the truth. I was confronted and attacked for speaking truth. And I said, I'm trying to protect you. Tell a white lie, like Avraham was doing in this book of Yashar. Tell them you're my sister. Because if I tell them you're my wife, they might kill us and take you for your beauty. And then I was called out saying, you know, Todd, this white lie, I don't feel comfortable telling. So I'm going to tell the truth. And I said, please do. Please tell the truth of your idioms, your idiocracies, your malevolence. You see, when you say, don't say this, the Streisand effect, the psychological mindset kicks in and you say, what do you mean I can't talk truth? And it makes people want to talk about truth even more. What do you mean I can't question the tenacity of this medical CRISPR technology that you're unleashing to humanity against their will? Why can't I talk about it? Words don't hurt. Or do they? We're faced with one of the darkest times in human history. In human history. This darkness that is upon the whole world, very few, the road is narrow, comprehend. And it's getting ugly. It's getting crazy out there. Yes, Christine, words hurt, absolutely. Yes. There comes a point in everybody's life when you just got to trust your Father and you got to walk in trust and faith. And don't bite the hate bait. Don't bite the race baiting. And just say, you know what? I know they're trying to get me angry. I know they're trying to get me jealous. That's what they're doing in England and in Canada and all over the world, bringing all these immigrants, put them in hotel rooms, give them 3 square meals a day, subsidize their wages, and make those people who have love and faith in their heart question their love and their faith. And this story of Yashar is telling you, walk in faith. You are protected. Let them do their evil and let them witness the outcome of Yahuwah's wrath, of Yeshua HaMashiach's teachings that were given to you. Walk in faith. When the disciples were sent forth, they said, don't take an extra tunic. Take only what you have on your back and walk purely in faith. It's like, wow, you mean just go? Yeah. No bank account, no bank card, no full tank of gas. Just walk in faith. That's going to be really hard for us modern day Netzraim, those who believe in the Nazarene, in Yeshua and his teachings, were from the Torah, the law, the 10 Commandments. He didn't come to bring a new law, not once saved, always saved. He come to bring the law and fulfill the law. He said, you evil den of vipers, Sadducees and Pharisees of your Babylonian Zionism, you den of vipers, you've turned my Father's house of worship into a market and his people into merchandise. Every continent on the world, people are paying taxes to these rich Vanguards, BlackRock, and Wayfair, and governments of the world, and they're taking your money and building weapons of mass destructions and bioweapons against you, and poisoning your food with your own money, and slowly starving you out and coercing you to control you. That you would operate in fear, bow down before their statues, or starve. We will starve, thank you. Yes, Absolutely. Thank you for posting that. RK69RK, thank you. This war is a very strange war. A very unique war where you're battling against things you can't see, but you can. You're battling against principalities and ideologies. The only way you could win this war is with truth and knowledge. And you stand firm in faith, and there's an angel watching over you that says, do not touch Sarai. As I read here, tell me, I pray you, concerning the man of whom you came here with. And Sarai said, this man is my man, my husband. But when the Pharaoh went to touch her, the angel smote him. Don't touch that. Bad. That's Adonai Elohim's. That's Abraham's property, not yours. Abraham arose, and he and all the belonging to him went away from Mitzrayim. And the Pharaoh ordered some of his men to accompany him, that all that went with him. And Abraham returned to the land of the Canaan, to the place where he had made his altar, where he had first had pitched his tent. We're going home. But I pray you, separate from me, and now choose a place where you go and may dwell with your cattle and the belonging to you, but kept yourself at a distance from me and your household. And be not afraid going from me. For if anyone do any injury unto you, let me know, and I will avenge your cause from him. Only remove from me. And Abraham had spoken these words to Lot. And where did Lot go? Where did Lot go? To Sodom and Gomorrah, where it too was destroyed, and he was saved from Sodom and Gomorrah. Those that were in Sodom and Gomorrah, and those heathens and ones that do not believe, I guarantee you, you could type in Sodom and Gomorrah, where they had dig out sulfur balls, and you have ziggurats of stepped pyramids, and an entire city laid waste to a crisp. If you need evidence that Yahweh's wrath is not real, the prophecy was given, come out of her, my people, lest you be a part of her plagues. For I am going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And he sent angels to retrieve Lot out of that place, that protected bloodline, and it was utterly destroyed. And you could dig out the sulfur balls and light them on fire. They were chemically tested. That sulfur is pure. There's no volcanic sulfur and anything identical to that raining brimstone, fire, and naphtha from heaven, the firmament. People say, oh, I don't believe in God. Well, you better start looking for him and believe, or you are doomed. Because it is belief. It is the belief that is given to him. You cannot get it. You can't go purchase it. You can't go get a bowl filled with faith. If you believe, you are already chosen. In the case of Lot and the story of other patriarchs, there was something in their heart that they knew to call out to their father. They were already given faith before they started praying. If they had no faith, why would they call out to the heavenly realms and into the ether and believe in something they don't believe in and speak to the air and say, air, Heavenly Father, Adonai Elohim, can you hear me? They wouldn't be praying if they didn't believe. They believed already. Therefore, they were chosen. You're chosen. If you believe, you are blessed already. You're not going to change those people who do not believe. I don't believe in a God. Why would I pray? Because you don't believe and you weren't chosen. Because you do not comprehend the light. But those that believe, the enemy attacks you and wants your faith to waver. But you already believe. So you are chosen. And now you're in battle. You have the armor already on. You have the language. You have the power already given to you. You just have to know how to use it now, right? Those people who believed, they turned their head up to the heavens and they said, Father, how long? Now you're not walking in faith again. You're saying, how long, Father? Until his perfect timing, until the last person is saved. He's left the 99 sheep to go and get the one sheep that is still not saved. We're holding the elevator doors open for the stragglers. We are walking in faith. We are purely believing in his perfect timing, that when these things shall come upon the earth, that you would be prepared. To me, it seems pretty obvious that a lot of us aren't quite prepared yet, but we're trying. And we're trying to prepare our brothers and lift them up and help them, because they're brutally attacked, and they may be young Christians, young Netzarim, people that are being brutally attacked and beaten, and they need this message that you are chosen already. And now you're just going to be attacked and your faith is going to waver because you're being vetted, you're being tested. That's all this is. Yes. Unto good works. Yes. Yes, hallelujah. Holding a door open for the stragglers, Grandpa. You know it. This channel boomed, and then it collapsed. I don't know if it's the internet or just the enemy or I'm in an echo chamber, but I know one thing. Just want to save one person today. If I save many or millions, hallelujah. This video goes viral, hallelujah. I say this. When you have the Ruach HaKodesh, the breath of Yahweh within you, when you were called out and you woke up one day and said, hey, this COVID nonsense, this really weird pandemic thing, this one world government thing, this digital ID, digital currency, can't buy, sell, and trade without this mark of this beast in this beast system. Maybe there's something to this. The minute you start going, what's going on here? Wake up and realize that you are chosen. Perfectly woken up and given the exact information you need to say, wait a minute here, what's going on? You're blessed. And now the battle begins. Now the battle begins. Now the battle for your mind. The battleground is in the mind and the hearts of the believers, not the ones that are already evil and love their sin and roll around in it like a dog returning to its vomit. Not those people. This message is not for them. They will not comprehend it. Yes, it is depressing, Odin. Absolutely. He's rolling in the mark. You're right. Everybody's like, yay, Trump's going to save us. He's going to take out the Vanguards and the Vanderbilts and the BlackRock and all of these evil Zionist, Talmudic worshiping, devil worshiping, child murdering monsters. No. Sorry. I've always put it out there that this had to end some way. But that's a Bolshevik move, isn't it? Bolsheviks and their revolutions in Russia, in China, killing fields of Manchuria. Let's go infiltrate these beautiful people in these churches and these people with faith and love and divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. Problem, action, solution. Problem, action, solution. Oh, Charlie Kirk got killed. We all got to convert to Catholicism, the Catholic Church edicts, and Sunday worship. Anything but worship on the Sabbath, right? Let's pit Muslim against Christian, Zionist against Talmudic. Everybody's divided. Nobody's united. Chaos. As in the days of Noah, there will be Hamas. There will be chaos. Great deception, like never before in human history. Famine, plague, pestilence, all happening at the same time. Yes. Prepare. Yes. Saved through faith, by grace that he called you out. The three men on the cross. Jonathan Kleck had an interesting analogy, and I encourage you to watch his videos. As crazy as he is, we're all a little off to the left, to the right. None of us are perfect. The three crosses and him in the middle, the thief on one side and the thief on the other, the one who was of this world and the one that was not of this world. At the very last moment, he says, verily I say unto you, you shall be in the kingdom with me, that you believe. That man was chosen from birth to die exactly on that day with the Messiah, with Emmanuel. And as a perfect example, you could go to the right hand or you could go to the left hand. You're dividing the goats from the sheep, the wheat from the tares, and over and over and over and over again. You are shown example after example after example. And in the valley of Siddim was a full of lime and pits, and the kings of Elim pursued the kings of Siddim, and the kings of Siddim with their camps fled into the field of lime pits, and all that remained went into the mountain for safety. And the 5 kings of Elim came after them and pursued them to the gates of Sodom. And they took all that there was in Sodom, and they plundered all the cities of Sodom and Amorah. And they also took Lot and Abraham's brothers and sons and his property, and seized all the goods of the cities of Sodom. And they went away. And the eunuch Abraham's servant, who was in the battle, saw this, and told Abraham and all the kings had done to the cities of Sodom, and Lot was taken captive by them. And Abraham heard this and rose up, and about 318 men were with him, and he that night pursued these kings and smote them, and they fell before Abraham and his men. And there were none remaining, and the 4 kings who fled, they went to each their own road. And Abraham recovered all of the property of Sodom. And he also recovered Lot and his property, his women, his little ones, and all that belonged to him. So Lot lacked nothing. This story goes on, and it's so beautiful because at every moment, just remember Job. Job kept on saying, Father, thank you for these curses and these blessings. Thank you. There must be something I'm missing for you to put me through this and teach me this, that you wanted to believe in me. And Halal comes along and says, have you considered my servant Satan? Yeshua says to Satan, accusing the brethren in front of the throne constantly. And Satan, Halal, says to him, yeah, I would have him curse your name in front of you. And he goes, yeah, I don't think so. But try it. But you can't kill him. And he lost everything. Job lost his family, his wealth. He was scourged head to toe with boils and sickness. And all his friends, his loved ones, everybody's like, you must have done something really bad to deserve this. God's forsaken you. You've done some bad deed. You've got a curse on you. And he said, no, it's my Father's will. It's all good. I still have faith. It's all good. This must be. This must come to pass. There's something powerful going on here, and I still trust in him this day. And we're talking about Job to this very moment, that all of his suffering gives every one of the viewers and every one of the believers all over the world for hundreds of years faith. Oh yeah, words are powerful. Words can hurt, but words can heal. Yeah. Let us take our hat off and give a nice salute to Job, to Sarai, to Lot, to Abraham, as they walked forward in faith, in complete belief, and listened to the Adonai and obeyed. Faith and love are the weapons of choice. I am blessed. I can tell so many things of recently what happened to me, and none of it matters. My message is very simple. Walk in faith. Believe. You are going to be persecuted, hated. If you're of this world, the world will love you. If you're not of this world, you are going to be hated, mocked, and scoffed until your last breath. Come out of her, my people. Get out of densely populated areas. You are being called out of Sodom and Gomorrah. You are being called out of Egypt. You are being called out of this Talmud, Babylonian, Zionist, global empire, and you are told to prepare. We're told to comfort one another and love one another. That's the message. That's the battle plan. And to love and preach the Besaroth of truth. Let me do a random picking of a verse right there. Jeremiah 12. And it shall come to pass when the 70 years are accomplished that I will punish the king of Babel and the nation, says Yahweh, for their iniquity and the land of the Keshadim, and will make it a perpetual desolation. And I will bring upon the land all my words which I pronounced against it, even all that it is written in this Sefer, which Jeremiah, who has prophesied against all of the nations. For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also. And I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to their works in their own hands. Randomly chosen, that's what's going down. That's what's going to happen. You can't stop a shoplifter from stealing until he commits the crime and walks out the door. And then the moment they're walking out the door saying, look at me and my prideful theft. And then it's like, where do you think you're going? What have you done? Cain, what have you done to your brother Abel? Am I my brother's keeper? His blood cries out from the earth, Cain, what have you done? You got to finish committing the crime, and then that's what's happening. This crime is in mid-stride here. They're committing a global depopulation agenda right now, and they're in the middle of this crime, this genocide in Palestine, in South Africa, in Sudan, where we're all being murdered, mocked and scoffed and ridiculed and villainized for hate speech. The crime has just started. Be of good cheer, be brave, warriors of Yahweh. They're killing all the animals. They're poisoning the skies with Wi-Fi. They're predictively programming people to believe this great sunburst is happening, a Carrington event is happening. It will be the breath of Yahweh. It'll come upon this entire earth suddenly and in 1 hour. In all 1 hour, in the twinkling of an eye, this is all going to end, and you'll have no electricity. You will have no amenities. You will have nothing but the silence and the repercussions. And the evil shall devour their own, as prophesied out of the book of Hanukkah. These are the names of their chief, Semjaza, who was their leader: Uker-Bremriel, Akriabel, Tamiel, Rumiel, Daniel, Akaziel, Sakri-Ayel, Aziazel. Our members: Batarael, Anain, Zuverbim, Samsabael, Etriel, Turiel, Yam-Ael, Zaazel. These are the prefects and the 200 angels and the remainder of all of them. They took women, each choosing for themselves, whom they began to approach, with whom they cohabitat, teaching them sorceries, incantation, dividing of roots and trees. And the women conceiving brought forth the Nephilim. And they bore to them 3 races. First, the great Nephilim, then the Nephilim they brought forth, and the Nephilim brought forth the Alud. We're dealing with 2 species on this planet to this very day, one extremely evil and one divine. And just like these secret societies that keep all their secrets and hiding and keeping their bloodlines secret and they don't mix, by the divine providence of our Creator, we were also kept separate. The tares grew amongst the wheat. And you could look to your left and go, oh, there's a monster. Oh, there's a zombie. There's another monster. And you could tell them by the fruit that they yield. They're jealous. They're envious. They love everything. They're prideful. They're boastful. They're liars. They're murderers. There's no good in them. None. We are to be as wise as serpents and as gentle as doves. Like Yeshua HaMashiach would put up our hands and say, you're not given any authority. If it wasn't given to you by our Father, you have no authority over me. It is given to you, halal, that you may tempt me, you may hurt me and destroy my family and take all my wealth and cover me head to toe in boils and sores and agony, that I would turn my fist up to my Father and call his name? No, I will rejoice in my suffering, in my starvation, in my fear of death, and say, is that all you got, halal, Satan? Is that all you got? I've got my Father and my word and my faith, and your poison and your witchcraft has no effect on me. The spell is broken. Hallelujah. Yes. These devoured all the labor of men. That's what's happening now. Until it became impossible to feed them. Then they turned themselves against men in order to devour them. That's what's happening. 800,000 children going missing every year in America alone. A football stadium filled with children just go missing. Everybody's distracted with their sports and their teen idols and their rock stars and Hollywood stars. They're all fallen stars that did not hold their positions in the heavens. And they began to injure birds, beasts, reptiles, and fish, to eat one another's flesh and to drink their blood. Then the earth reproved the unrighteousness. Moreover, Azazel taught men to make swords, knives, shields, and breastplates, and fabrication of mirrors, and the workmanship of bracelets and ornaments, and the use of paint to beautify the eyebrows, stones of every valuable select kind, and all sorts of dyes. And the world became altered. Impiety increased, fornication multiplied, and the transgression corrupted in all their ways. And that's what brought about the flood, and that's what's going to bring about this destruction. There were giants in those days, in the earth and on the earth, and after the flood. Massive giants, elongated skulls were found all over the world. If you do not believe this scripture and need proof, go to Trey Smith's God in a Nutshell, and he'll show you the skeletons right in front of you, where the human skull has a little platelet, and it is not human, and it is most certainly massive, and it is most certainly Nephilim, or the Alud. Amrazak taught all of the sorceries of dividing of roots and armors, and the solution of sorceries. Bakrael, the observing of the stars. Akabriel, signs. Tamiel taught astronomy. And Azradel taught the motion of the moon, and the men destroyed and cried out, and their voices reached unto heaven. We weren't to know these things. We were to walk like the deer and the elk and the sheep in the Garden of Eden, but we were given the knowledge of good and evil by Yahuwah, that we would repopulate the heavens with the knowledge of good and evil, and rebuke evil under the most extreme test: death, famine. If you were omnipotent, if you were immortal, you would not fear death. You would not fear hunger. We're fearing these things, for we are mortal, and we're given this mortality as a gift. This suffering, this knowledge of evil, watching them devour our children and destroy one another. And we shamefully look upon these things and go, how evil this is. How out of hand this got real quick. But we are gifted because we also have the history of man. And when I prayed upon this, I said, Father, oh my goodness. When I woke up, I said, Father, how long? Be careful what you ask for. And in my imagination, I look back at the beginning of history till now, every war, every famine, every slaying, every rape, every murder, every dismemberment of our children, and all the patriarchs' words hit my heart like 1,000 daggers. And I wept. I went, Father, you must be so disgusted with your creation, us. And he loves us still. How grace abounds in his love for us. And I say, how could you love such hideous creatures like us? And the answer is simple. How would you know evil? How would you be able to recognize evil if you weren't good? Let no man say that they are without sin, that they would be called a liar. I'm a sinful wretch. But I could tell you this, I know evil, and I am disgusted with what I've been a part of and seen. And I could openly put up my hand and say, oh, yeah, I tasted it. It was horrible. I spit it out. I now know the knowledge of good and evil. And I could tell you, I choose good this day, this Shabbat, this Gregorian calendar Shabbat. And I choose every day to be a Sabbath. I choose every day to worship him, and I choose every day to walk in faith, because I know this evil abounds when good men and women sit idle. I will not sit idle. I will fight to my last breath. I will never change like Job, like Abraham, like all of our heroes in this book. Once you know, you can't go back. You can't go back into the matrix and say, yeah, I know I'm eating a steak sandwich, but it's fake. You can't go back into this world once you're awake. And when you do that, just recognize you're marked, literally marked. And I mean that literally. The evil ones look at you and they could tell you right away, you're not buying into this hate bait, into this race baiting. How about if I up your insurance? How about if I take away your food? How about if I make your family and all your loved ones and your coworkers hate your guts? It's like, oh, well, I still have faith and I still have love of my Father and my Word made flesh, Emmanuel, my blessed hope, Yeshua. There's nothing going to change that. Ever. That's faith. And I will still be tested. I will still fall on my face. I will always be tempted. I know this, that it's just going to be that way for every one of the believers, that it's just going to be that way. And we're going to march on and we're going to inspire those. We're going to be the light of the world and help those. We're not going to judge anybody. We're going to say, hey, fellow Christian, churchiosity guy, do you know that December 25th is a pagan holiday and not a religious holiday that he desires from you? Santa Claus, invented by Coca-Cola, Sinterklaas, this white guy with a beard, that this is all pagan ritual, that Easter is not a religious Christian holiday and not a Netzarim holiday. Hey, do you know that Halloween is not good? Do you know these things? We work in the field. We're harvesting. We're plucking out tares and we're putting in the wheat. We're plucking out the tares and we're putting in the wheat. And everything else that's garbage, and it is going in the fire. And trust me, he doesn't need us to do this. We want to do this. We don't, by our works, try to get into heaven. We do this out of the love of our brothers and sisters who are in the darkness, that we bring light to them. Say, hey, I got a lantern here. Come out of the darkness. Come out of her. Come on. I'll feed you. I'll clothe you. I'll take care of you. Come out of the darkness. This is not your world. Out of love, not trying to get into heaven, lest any man should boast and brag about their, oh, look at how awesome I am. I gave some homeless person a meal today and I videotaped it and posted it on YouTube. Good for you. May you be inspirational. I do this since George Floyd riot, PSYOP, out of the love in me that I cannot explain where it came from, given to me by my Father. Call no man rabbi. Rabbi, teacher. Call no man rabbi. He's the teacher. Be blessed. Yes. Well, I'm blessed too with the comments, by the way. 84, 74. I am blessed. Oh, blinked. Yes, Von Donks. Great to see you. Oh, it's good to see you. Long time no see. I'll blink just for the guys. I'm not AI. I'm real. I'm nothing special about me. But I have seen so much and been through so much, my own personal walk, and I share this with everybody. I seen my immortal body. I seen my avatar. He looks exactly like me, younger, chiseled, square jaw, handsome, still had some freckles. And I was in this realm where the whole world started waking up, and it was like whispers and innuendos in a slaughterhouse. And you knew something's coming, something's happening, and then it happened. And people running up in fear, they're replicating us. The body snatchers, people are getting changed. Something's happened. And everybody started panicking. And me, I'm like, oh yeah, it's prophecy. Doesn't scare me. It's okay. I was trying to fight against it. I started as a truth seeker, a warrior for freedom. I don't want your poison. I don't want to wear this. You can't make me. I'm not scared of dying. Not going to happen. I went from that to, oh, we're at the end. It's time to wake up. We're at the Wizard of Oz palace and we're letting Toto open up the veil and we see this old tincture salesman, pharmacia, snake oil salesman, carnival, traveling Wilburys, the wandering Jews, pulling levers behind the curtain in the movie Wizard of Oz. Don't pay any attention to the man behind the curtain pulling the levers. I am the great powerful Oz. And you think, oh, that's well, okay. All right. The removal of the veil is that you eventually see everything for what it is, and it's all theater of war. And we are at war, and we've been at war for millennia. But now it's the end of this age completely. And you're given an entire history, his story. And you would understand it clearly that every one of your ancestors and patriarchs, I'm writing this letter for my nephew, my great nephew in the year 2025, that he would hear these words and understand perfectly the warning that you would be coerced into not believing, poisoned, ridiculed, mocked and scoffed, and face the darkest time in human history and trials and tribulations, that you may be found worthy to go back home and repopulate the heavens. Because there's a whole bunch of angels that came down that rebelled against our Creator and defiled themselves with his creation and created their own species on this planet to be at war with us ever since. When I look at some of these zombies and these modern day people, I call them non-player units, I think, what's wrong with these people? They have no compassion, they have no love. I don't understand why they find it so important that their sports car makes them who they are. This is my job. I'm the chief executive CEO of the Canadian National Railway, and you have to listen to me. That was a bunch of word salad, and it don't mean a thing, and I don't have to listen to any man. Just saying, right? Yeah, that's another one. I'm going to keep my gas tank full. My last video, when I did that, I realized, and it was a reminder, Todd, you're slipping. You're not paying attention here. I'm teaching you. Keep your gas tanks full. Keep your shelves filled with food. Store no treasures on earth, only in heaven. That somebody may find your books, that somebody may find your research. I had a stack of paper twice this high and burnt it in the fire pit. This is research that never ended. It never ended. Paleo-Hebrew, linguistics, Fibonacci math, fractal math, geophysics, iconography, archaeology, architecture, everything. Whether you look at Fibonacci math and fractal math, it's all mathematics in his creation, all of it. And everything leads back home. They say all roads lead to Rome. No. All the roads on earth may lead to Rome, but there's only one road. And it's not a stairway to heaven. It's not Jacob's ladder. We are so blessed being awake in this dark hour that there are few of us, but the ones that are remaining and that will remain and survive this, you're blessed. You were chosen, right? Yeah, Joe, you don't need it. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, everybody, this is Oliver. Hey, Ollie. How you doing, buddy? Yes. Let the dog out. Yeah, this is Oliver, everyone. Yeah, he wants to bite my face off. And he wants to drool on the book. This is Oliver, and he's my best friend. He's a Great Dane Bull Mastiff. And see, when he does this, it's time to end the video. He's saying, okay, come on, let's go for some cross-country skiing. Yeah, so we're gonna end this video. I'm more blessed with 27 in the chat and 18 thumbs up than I ever was with 300 in the chat, and the chat going by so fast, and 60% of them being bots or trolls. Everyone that is listening to this message, if you understand what I'm saying and you hear what I hear, every one of you, you are blessed. So I'm going to end this video soon, and I want you all to know he called you. He named you in the womb, and he said, wake up. I've been hiding you. Now it's time to wake up. It's time to put the armor on. It's time to get ready. You're the harvesters, and I called you. I created you, and I'm calling you home. You want to see more of the puppy? Let me show you my puppies. Okay? Here we go. This is Oliver, the Great Dane Bull Mastiff who could reach on top of my fridge, which, to give you some idea, this fridge is this tall. I put my scrap up there, my chicken wings, to cool off, and he got on top of this fridge and ate my leftovers. So he's massive. And here's my precious little puglet called Wrinkles. Hi, little buddy. He's crippled. And I built him a wheelchair, and he could barely sit up, and he could barely hold himself up. And he's not going to be with us much longer, but we take care of him. We feed him, and we clothe him, and put diapers on him. And this is my Oliver. So I hope you are all blessed. I want you to have a fantastic day. I'm going to go and maybe get my cross-country boots and my skis together. Maybe go for a beautiful cross-country ski today. And I love you all so much. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you've been here for a while, I love you all so much. I'm very grateful to share my experiences with you guys. And I love all of my viewers. I am so grateful to have somebody to share this with, especially during the lockdowns. I was so blessed to have somebody who were like-minded people that knew what was going on, and I didn't feel alone. So believe it when I say this, I am very grateful to have you guys here, and I am blessed. So take care, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. May you have a fantastic Sabbath. And we'll see you on the next video. I will be getting Wi-Fi, and I will be getting back on to some sort of high quality video soon, okay? Bye-bye for now. May this message find you.